No, I was not surprised. I actually wasn't surprised by this. And folks, I got to tell you something. I've been trying to think, honestly, objectively think the whole weekend. And I'm going to ask you, maybe I'm forgetting something. I don't recall a vice presidential pick which had so energized the party. I don't remember a vice presidential pick that has so energized a campaign as this choice of Paul Ryan. Hi, folks. Great to have you here. Rush Limbaugh, the EIB Network. We are at 800-282-2882, and the email address, if you want to get hold of us that way, lrushbaugh@eibnet.com. These crowds, these standing room only crowds, the enthusiasm at these rallies, it's something about this. It's just a gut feeling I have, and I don't want to attach too much to it because it's was going to happen anyway, a vice presidential pick. But I've been thinking about this all weekend long, and I go back and forth, the positives, the negatives, the strict political science analysis of it. Then you compare that with just the gut feel. And you come away with, at least I have come away with the following conclusion. This is it. This election, we've said it before, and others have said it, but this is ball game. If Barack Obama gets 4 more years, I really don't think that the American people have any idea what's in store for them. I don't think, particularly a lot of Obama supporters, I don't think they have any idea what's in store. I don't think they have any idea what's going to become of this country if Obama gets another 4 years. In fact, I think there are probably a lot of Republican voters who don't really understand. Now, they're closer to understanding it than say, Democrat voters and people that are not paying much attention. I think that's one of the reasons for all the enthusiasm. And so we're going to face this head on. I was praying. You know, you've been listening. I was praying that at some point this campaign become one of ideology, one of ideas, one of principles. Not just policy analysis, not just electoral college analysis, but principles and ideas. I think they work. I think they are, they have the ability, properly articulated, to be persuasive. And we've got perhaps the best Republican to do that in Paul Ryan. I think the pick signals that a decision was made somewhere that we're going to go head first up against it. We're not going to skirt it with a traditional campaign. We're going to take it straight to them, and we're going to win or we're going to lose articulating exactly who we are and exactly what we believe and exactly what our vision for America is. Ryan can do that, and I don't know how much you paid attention over the weekend, but it's the presence of Paul Ryan on a stage with Romney has elevated Romney. It has energized Romney. Romney's a new guy. Romney is a different guy. Ryan with Romney, watched 60 Minutes last night, Ryan chomping at the bit to answer every question. Ryan wanted in because he's got the answer. He had the answer for everything Bob Schieffer threw. He's got the answer for every objection the Obama team is going to make, all the lies, all the distortions, all the smears. Ryan has the answers. Ryan knows how to react to these things because he is an ideological conservative. He is from the camp of Ronaldus Magnus. I've read all this analysis, too. Well, you know, Rush, I've had people emailing me. You can't believe the amount of email I've had from members of the media wanting to know what I thought about it. And, of course, I didn't say anything to anybody, saving it for now. And I tried not to expose myself to a whole lot of it because I knew what I'm going to get from the Democrats and the media. But nevertheless, I pulled the trigger and did it anyway. And for example, this pick is going to, this ends it for Romney. It's over. Romney's admitting he can't win, and he wants the reason for his loss shoveled off to the conservative. Want the conservatives be blamed again for the defeat? That's why he picked Ryan. His internal polling is so bad he knows he can't win. So rather than him taking the blame, it'll be the fact that he put some extreme right winger on the ticket. Conservatives are writing this stuff. Some conservative bloggers are writing. Others are saying that, well, that's it for Florida. Putting Ryan on the ticket, that's it for Florida. Go bye-bye Florida because of Ryan's Medicare. But what? We have a chance to get the truth about all this stuff out now. Somebody who knows how to tell the truth. And the whole discussion about Florida being in trouble is, of course, the demagoguery over Ryan's Medicare proposal in his budget. Ryan saves Medicare. Medicare is on the way to being destroyed. Ryan's budget, Ryan's Medicare proposal saves it. And it has all kinds of options in it for people. If they're over 55 to not even have to play ball in it, they can keep what they've got and forget it. So we know the Democrats are going to lie and demagogue and smear. And we've got a guy who can bear up under it all and respond to it substantively, accurately, and correctly. You know where I first met Paul Ryan? Way, way back. This has to be sometime in the early 90s. And I forget the year, but I'm thinking it's got to be before 1995. And there was some celebratory thing happening at Bill Bennett's house. Might have been one of his birthdays, I'm not sure. In Washington on a Saturday, and I flew up there for it, and I landed at Dulles at the same time that Bennett was arriving on a United flight from California. So I got in my car, and I went over to the United terminal. I picked Bennett up, and we drove into town, and he said, I need to stop at Empower America first. Now, Empower America was a thing set up by Steve Forbes. It was a miniature conservative think tank. It was a place where Bennett and Jack Kemp hung around and thought things. And they wrote things. And then they did things based on what they thought and what they wrote. And we walked, it was a Saturday afternoon, I'll never forget, we walked into Empower America and was introduced to this young, energetic, go-getter, looked like somebody who spent 24/7 at the place. It was Paul Ryan. And he was there doing work at Empower America for Bill Bennett and Jack Kemp. He was also there with a guy named Pete Wehner. Pete also worked for Karl Rove in the Bush 43 White House. The people that came out of Empower America had a profound conservative pedigree, a profound conservative indoctrination. Ryan, as it turns out, didn't need it. He was born into it and had it when he arrived there, but he learned a tremendous amount. I remember talking to Ryan. I think I interviewed him for the newsletter, or else he called here. We were discussing something within the last year and a half, and he reminded me, do you remember where I first met you? And, you came in with Bill Bennett one Saturday afternoon at Empower America. And big day. Couldn't believe I had a chance to meet you. He's I look at the Democrats trying to tar and feather this guy as they're going to. Have you noticed, for example, 3 days? We already know more about Paul Ryan's life than we've learned about Obama's and Biden's in more than 4 years. And Ryan hasn't even written 2 biographies. Ryan hadn't written 1 biography. We know more about Paul Ryan and his wife and his kids than we know today about Barack Obama. And I have to laugh. It's as predictable as the sun coming up in the morning, news media carrying the Obama campaign's water, immediately labeling Ryan radical extreme. And there was Andrea Mitchell on Saturday afternoon saying this is a horrible pick for women. This is the kind of stuff that needs to be defeated with a big-time thumping. And I just am of the belief that Ryan can do it. And I think Romney has been energized by this. I'm looking at the crowds. There's a story here of the Orlando Sentinel. Hundreds turned away from Romney event. Hundreds of people turned away Monday morning at a St. Augustine campaign stop featuring Romney, who defended Paul Ryan's Medicare proposal. People were not admitted to the event after security screeners couldn't clear them fast enough. Ryan wasn't even there. This was people to show up and see Romney. This wouldn't have happened. There's an energy, there's an expectation, there's a, I don't know quite how to characterize it, but a feeling of excitement resulting from this pick. I frankly was surprised when I saw it on Saturday afternoon. Then after I thought about it, it all made sense. Tea Party finally acknowledging that one of us is now part of the campaign and is going to be an important part of the campaign. Is going to be an important part of governance. But I mean, here you had Barack Obama, who was a street agitator, a Saul Alinsky disciple, a man who called Jeremiah Wright his spiritual mentor. He was never called radical or extreme by the news media, but Paul Ryan, who may well be the last Boy Scout, Paul Ryan's called radical and extreme and anathema to women? Well, do women only care about contraception and abortion? And every woman thinks of, well, we know this is all a crock. I've also heard the theory, well, you know, this is a problem. The pick of Ryan now turns the focus of the campaign to Ryan's Medicare proposal and takes the focus off Obama's record. Wrong. It's the exact opposite. This pick turns the focus right on Obama's record. It puts it right on. Obama's now going to have to discuss substance. We've got ideology in the campaign now. We've got ideas in the campaign. That means substance is in the campaign. This has the chance, if these guys do it right, to force the Obama camp's record to the fore, rather than the smears and the other things that they want to spend time talking about. There's a lot of great potential here. I don't want to overdo this, but I think that there's a tremendous opportunity, great potential here. And you know me and conventional wisdom, and it says so many people inside the Beltway are saying the same thing. Yeah, this is going to hurt Romney in Florida. Well, this is just going to take the focus off Obama's record. I think it's exactly wrong. Even Snerdley, what are you frowning at? I don't. Romney, Snerdley's asking me how you better explain how they're not going to have to talk about this Medicare. I want them to talk about the Medicare. It's Obama that's cut $700 billion in Medicare, not Ryan. We got a guy who knows the truth. Paul Ryan doesn't cut Medicare. He saves it. It's Obama that's destroying Medicare. That's going to come out now. That has the chance to come out. It's Obama that cut $700 billion in Medicare with Obamacare. It's not Ryan. Obama's budget, how many votes has he gotten? 0. Ryan got over 200 votes for his budget. I mean, you want to start comparing budgets? Obama doesn't get a single vote for any budget he's ever presented. In Realville, this is a golden opportunity. You know, the guy who has run up more debt than all previous presidents combined in less than 4 years, and who has bypassed Congress constantly, is not called radical or extreme, but a guy who wants fiscal responsibility, a more limited government. He's called radical and extreme. This is all the Democrats have. We know their playbook. We've got a guy on the ticket now who knows how to deal with that playbook. We have a guy on the ticket now who knows how to answer the playbook ideologically. This is why I'm a little jazzed by this. There is a conservative on the ticket, a proud, bold, unashamed, unapologetic conservative, and not just a fiscal conservative, a small government conservative. Not all fiscal conservatives equal small government conservative. This guy's a small government conservative. I'll take a break. Sit tight. We'll be back. Of course, your thoughts will be requested at some point in the program. Be patient. Sit tight. We'll be back and continue with all the rest after this.